Hello class, this is Michael again. This is discussion forum week number 4. We were to watch the Bobby McFerrin research experiment and then answer a few questions. So here is what I came up with. So in the video, Bobby McFerrin was teaching the audience the pentatonic scale. And the subjects seems like they were random subjects, they were in a group, they were random in age, and they were mixed in culture. The experiment basically was him on stage showing them what notes or scale to sing first as he jumps, and then as he moves to the right or left, the scale or the note would be either higher or lower in pitch. And it seems like the audience were able to pick that up fairly quickly. But how I would change things a little bit would be instead of having them in a group setting, I would start off with maybe 30 subjects or so. I would still have it random. I would still have it random in age as well, but I would have one subject as the control. And it would be a quasi-type experiment design. And basically the experiment would be that of this. It would be one subject first that they would watch the instructor on in this case it would be Bobby McFerrin, but watch the instructor how to manipulate the scale. So as the instructor is jumping accordingly, the first subject would learn and understand what it's meant by jumping to the right or to the left, and just the pitch of each jump, if you will. And then that subject would now be the control. And once he's understood the full pentatonic scale, then I would introduce the subjects on a time interval, maybe about every minute or so. Have the next subject come in and observe how the subject would, how quickly the subject might pick up the pentatonic scale and what's going on and just a pattern. Then I would introduce another subject in the next minute or so, and then follow that pattern. So it would be random. It would be XO, XO as that pattern takes place. So my subject would be the independent variable. He would be the controller. That person would be the control, as well as you can say the instructor, Bobby McFerrin, is the independent variable as well, because they're leading and trying to manipulate the notes, the pentatonic scale for each of the consecutive subjects to learn. But everybody else, all the other subjects, would be the dependent variable. So how I would measure the experiment would be basically with observations and survey questions. My observations, I believe they would yield that the earlier subjects would have a harder time learning or take a longer to learn the pentatonic scale compared to the later subjects, because I believe that in a group setting it's easier to learn and you're able to see the pattern or hear the pattern a lot quicker and observe that what others are doing and mimic them. And survey questions I would pose at the end would be something to the nature of the difficulty of learning the pentatonic scale, just in music wise, whether it would be harder to easier. So it would be a scale setting. So that would be my measurements and the observations that I would, or the experiment I would run. Hopefully I can get some feedback and just hear your thoughts. I appreciate your time. And again, thank you everyone for watching, and I look forward to reading your feedback.